It's me, Joji. Now, today we're going to take a break from opening up Pokemon cards, but we're going to show off some of the best cards I have in my collection. These may be cards that you've seen in some previous videos, or you've maybe never seen and you just love what they are. Some of these things are really sought after, and I am lucky to have them. But yeah, if you see any cards you like or you've never seen before, give this video a thumbs up. And while you're at it, get subscribed, because we will have an important announcement in this video for the next Pokemon opening video, and you won't want to miss it. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So this is the vault. It is an Ultra Pro box that I can have all my rarest cards in. As you can see right there in the front is a shiny Charizard GX. One of the best pulls I've ever gotten on this channel, and I'm happy I was able to record it. This is the kind of moment that I really love when you pull something this great and this sought after. I know there's still a lot of people in the PokeTuber community still trying to pull this guy, and I was lucky enough to pull him from a Raichu GX tin. I still remember the type of tin. It was one of the tins that you get from Target, and I was super lucky. I can't believe I pulled this guy. Let's put this straight up so you don't get a sneak peek at what's to come. Here is that Charizard GX. Now, these holders are actually a little bit different. They're very thick, as you can see right there. So it can hold multiple cards, which is why there's a card behind this Charizard GX. One of the cards that I think is one of the maybe most expensive after this guy. I'm not sure, it's not graded or anything, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't get a high grade because it's a very old card and it's not really in a good condition. Last time I checked it. I probably should pull it out and check again, but it is a first edition Dragonair, but not any regular first edition Dragonair. If you take a closer look at it, it is a shadowless Dragonair. That is right. I didn't even know about Shadowless until maybe a couple years ago, and I didn't know I had a Shadowless card. I went through and double checked all my other cards, and this is the only Shadowless card I could find. So whenever I bought that booster pack, I don't know what happened to those other cards, unfortunately. But we do have this Dragonair here, which is a Shadowless first edition Dragonair. I love it so much. It's not even hollow or anything, but it is really sought after because it's a Shadowless. I think I might just even take it out now just to show you guys what kind of condition it's in. So here it is. Let's take a closer look. Honestly, the centering is kind of off. There's a lot of space down here in the bottom and on the right compared to the left and the top. And going on the back, there doesn't seem to be a lot of whitening, but I think it's just the centering would not give this a 10. And if anything, I honestly would give this more of an 8. Last time I actually took it out of its sleeve, I think there's a crease, like a slight crease, somewhere on this side. I don't remember where exactly. Let me take a closer look at myself here on camera. Yeah, right here. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up or not. Maybe because of the lighting, but there's a crease right above my finger. It's the slightest crease, but it does lower the value of and the grading of some of these cards. So I'd definitely give it maybe like a 7 or a low 8, honestly. But these are some of my favorite cards here. Charizard GX, Dragonair, Shadowless first edition. Now going on to some more cards, and a lot of these cards are vintage. Some of them aren't like hollows or anything, but I still love them for what cards they are. Like this Pikachu here. Now this is not just a regular first edition. I believe it is a promo first edition. So this is a Wizards of the Coast stamped first edition Pikachu. And this whole slot here has a bunch of Pikachus. Let me get these out here. So as we saw, we have this Wizards of the Coast stamped first edition Pikachu. This regular, I think Neo Discovery, or maybe Neo Genesis, I forget which one it is, Pikachu here, just because it's a nice condition, and I wanted to keep some old Pikachu cards here. Then we have a Jungle Pikachu. So this is like the Wizard of the Coast one, but just a regular unlimited that I actually had. This is from my own collection. And I'm surprised it was in a decent condition. There's a little bit of whitening on the sides here that might not get picked up at the camera, but yeah, there it is. And as you saw, this is one of the other ones. It's not a Pikachu, but it is a Holo Pichu from, I honestly think it's Neo Genesis. But yeah, I love the holo on this guy. I have never taken a close look, but I don't think there's any swirls on this guy here. As far as I can tell, and what I can tell on camera here, it doesn't look like there's any swirls. That would have been awesome to have a Pikachu with the swirl. Maybe I'm just being silly. Maybe there's a swirl and you guys will pick it up while I won't. But yeah, there is a Pichu. Let's get these back into the order they were in. And back into that really thick top loader. The only reason I got this guy is because he looks so interesting. This whole like top loader and case thing. Set these here. Move on to the next one. Now this one I was excited to get, although I wish it was in a better condition, but if you guys know anything about rock and roll, I'm pretty sure you know who Kurt Cobain is and who Nirvana is. So they have a very popular cover. I'm not going to show it because it is kind of explicit, but there is a popular cover of a baby in a swimming pool. Now they decided to do this artwork for Squirtle, which honestly, if you can't tell the uncanny resemblance to the picture, go ahead, look up Nirvana's album cover with the baby. This is literally just exactly it. It is a holo Squirtle there. Now these guys go for a lot. I got this guy for about $4 and it said it was near mint, but when I took a closer look at it, it was not at all near mint. It definitely had its issues. I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up here at all, but there is a bit of whitening on the card. But honestly, I would consider this maybe more like lightly played. It's still an awesome card to have, and I'm glad to have added it to my collection. Then we have some more Squirtles. We have a Crystal Guardian Squirtle there. Now, the funny thing is, reverse cards used to not mean the rest of the card was hollow. Reverse used to mean that they had a stamp here, like this one, where it had the Crystal Guardians stamp right there in the corner. That's what reverse meant. And honestly, this Crystal Guardian one is one of my favorite reverse stamp ones, especially because of the hollow. Look at that shine on the hollow there. Really awesome. Alright, moving on. We just have a regular base set Squirtle. You gotta have this guy if you love Squirtle. Base set, whether it be first edition or unlimited, gotta have a base set Squirtle. Then we have one of my more favorite Squirtles, first edition Rocket Squirtle here. Not hollow or anything, but it is a first edition Squirtle. One of my favorites, honestly, in this collection. Alright, so that is all the Squirtles I have. Now we're going to move on to its evolution. There are only 2 cards here that I have for War Turtle. Starting off with the Rockets Unlimited Dark War Turtle. It's an awesome condition. I got this actually from a friend who he used to, I think her fiance at the time used to collect Pokemon cards. So, not bad. And then we have this card, which is a Tropical Beach War Turtle. So this was a special collection for, I think it was during the Sunset Isles series of the anime, I'm not sure exactly, but where they had a bunch of mosaic cards like this, where they all essentially made a picture. I have that one. I don't have any of the other ones, but those 2 at least I have. And seeing as we just did Squirtle's evolution, we're gonna do War Turtle's evolution. Here is a base set 2 Blastoise Holo. Now, I do have a base set Blastoise, but I have it sealed in a acrylic stand display, and I don't want to move it around too much. But here is a base set 2 that I do have in my collection. So I do have a base set, I also have a base set 2. Then we have a non-holo Dark Blastoise. I do have a different type of Dark Blastoise if you've seen it before. It is a Legendary Collection Blastoise, where it's a reverse, so everything else is shiny holo. And if you don't know what the Legendary Collection is, you'll see it in a few cards later what it looks like. And that holo is by far one of the best holos Pokemon has ever done. Alright, so it's a non-holo Dark Blastoise. Then we have a recent addition to the collection, a Delta Species Blastoise. What Delta Species was, if you don't know, is, as you can see, this is not a regular Blastoise. It is actually a dual type, and it is different. It is, I believe, if I look at it closely here, it is metal and fighting. It is a metal fighting Blastoise. So it is not a water type. This is an interesting thing they decided to do early on in the EX series. So I was glad to get this guy. I would love to get this guy also as a reverse, which means they would have a stamp here in the corner. But for now, we have this regular Delta Species Blastoise. Alright, enough of the Squirtle line. Let's move on to a different type of Pokemon. Or I should say different type of collection, because we are going to look at the Legendary Collection. This is what I mean for reverse. Look at that Firework Holo there. It is just simply one of the best holos I've seen for Pokemon. Firework Reverse Holo. Now this Alakazam doesn't go for a lot. I think it goes for at most $60. But some of the more sought after, like the Charizard Reverse, go for a lot more, trust me. I was never lucky enough to get that one, but I do have, again, that Dark Blastoise, which I think it goes for about $90, $100 around there. Then I also have a Kabutops, a Kabuto to finish off that evolution line, and a Tauros. They're all Legendary Collection. Honestly, this is one of the best holos I've ever seen, and I wish they would bring it back for some time. Who knows? Maybe they will someday. That would be awesome. I don't think any one sole company has like the exclusive rights to a certain type of like holo pattern, so I could see it happening. Alright, moving on, we're gonna take a look at some more cards here. Now these cards are just some more recent cards that I've pulled, like this Zacian. I pulled one, I believe, on camera? I'm not sure if I pulled it on camera or not, but I did pull one of these guys in a pre-release tournament. It was crazy. I did not want to play it at all because I had pulled a gold card. It was ridiculous. You don't want to be playing with gold cards in a pre-release tournament, but at the same time you do, because Zacian was crazy difficult to beat in the pre-release. Then, oh, we don't have another one on this one? But I did. Well, just Zacian. Oops, just Zacian. I believe this one does have something on the back of it, but this is my hyper rare Reshiram Charizard that I got from one of my earliest videos. Awesome, really awesome, except for the quality in those videos. Those videos were pretty bad, but hopefully they've gotten better. In my opinion, at least they've gotten better. Really great hyper rare here. One of the most favorite cards that I've pulled so far. Then we have, this is actually the first card I've ever pulled on camera that I was super excited for. It's an Evolution Charizard. It is not worth a lot, but this guy is what started off this channel. This exact card. This card was the first thing I pulled from an Evolutions pack. And it was super exciting for my first video ever to pull a Charizard. let's move on to some more Pokemon here. We have a hyper rare Mewtwo and Mew GX. A lot of the other cards in the set are just going to be hyper rares, similar to this is the Dene GX. Both of these cards are sought after, just like every other card in this set, I believe. I'm pretty sure some of the unlimited cards no one really wants, but hey, there's still something. Alright, we're getting close to the end here. We have... This is just a regular Frostmoth, but if you take a closer look, right there on the bottom left corner, first place. This was my first time ever getting first place at a Pokemon League challenge. And I was ecstatic. The second I heard that there was Frostmoth as a promo, I needed to win. And I was lucky enough to actually win, get first place. So this is one of my favorite cards, being able to get first place at a league challenge, or was it cup? I think it's a challenge. But yeah. Oh, I completely forgot we had something on the back of it. It's a Jolteon from E-Reader series. I don't know if this guy's sought after or not. I believe he might be. I'm not sure how rare he is actually though. Alright, so these last two are more recent additions. And as you can see, they're not Pokemon. But they are cards that I had from my collection from my childhood. They are a Blue Eyes White Dragon in amazing condition. I'm surprised this guy was kept so well. All the cards that I found that were my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I literally found these like a month or two ago. They were all just really horribly kept, and this is one of the guys that was very well kept. I'm surprised it even lasted that long. Then we have this guy I actually had in like a hard top loader and a sleeve, is an Exodia the Forbidden One. Now this is just the head, I don't have any of the other pieces. But this guy, I for some reason kept on its own in an actual top loader. But yeah, I did collect Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh back then. But I played more Pokemon than Yu-Gi-Oh really. So that is the vault. Let me know what you guys think of all these cards. Do you have any of these cards? Let me know in the comments if you actually have any of these cards yourself, and what cards those are. If you see any cards that you loved, again, leave a like on the video. Now, as for the announcement for today, we are going to do, since we showed off a lot of vintage stuff here, we're going to be doing a awesome opening for the next video. We are going to be opening up a vintage item. Now, I don't want to give away what it is, and you're going to have to see until the next video what it is exactly we're opening. But if you follow me on social media, you might know I asked a question if the item was vintage or not. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video coming up, and you enjoyed this video. And again, hit subscribe and ring that bell. And as always guys, thanks for watching.